Hi everyone, it's Christine here. Today I want to talk about some of the natural processes that take place in our body related to the hormones that we have in our bloodstream. I guess first of all, we've all heard of cortisol, and cortisol is the hormone of stress. But that's not the one I want to focus on today. It's probably the one that we're most familiar with. But there are some others which are really good for us and make us feel good. So I'm going to talk about serotonin, melatonin, oxytocin, and dopamine, because these are the ones that we want to boost in our systems to have more of so that we are feeling good and operating in a healthy way. And that then counteracts the cortisol that we have and makes us feel better and recover from those stressful times. So let's start with serotonin. Serotonin is the happy hormone. And when we've got healthy levels of this in our bodies, we feel good, we feel safe, we feel content. If we have too much serotonin, we may experience nervous tension. And if levels are too low, we might start to feel depressed or feel really flat. But if we keep the levels right, then we travel along fairly smoothly without too many bumps in the road. This is the hormone that lets us feel well-being, lets us feel safe. It regulates our moods and overall generates a feeling of positivity and happiness inside of us. So we want serotonin levels to be healthy, not too high, but at a good, constant, healthy level. Secondly, we have melatonin, and this is the hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycle. So levels of melatonin are higher when it's time to go to sleep at night and to tell our bodies that it's time to rest, it's time to leave the day behind and get good quality sleep. It's affected by our circadian rhythms. It's affected by essentially by the tides and the moon, the sun and the moon cycle. But certainly, most of all, by the levels of light and dark. And as I said, melatonin levels are highest when it's time to rest, and then they fall away in the morning when it's time to wake up and be active again. So it's related to our circadian rhythms. That's also keeping us in tune with the light and dark of the outside environment. And it's our body's natural way of telling us that it is time to sleep, to get a good night's sleep. This can be interrupted particularly by blue light. So if we're looking at screens after dark and getting that blue light intake, then that disrupts the production of melatonin, and that can affect the quality of sleep that we have. Oxytocin is the hormone of love. This is at its highest when a mother has a newborn baby, when couples fall in love, when we hold hands with someone close to us, when we smile. And that feeling of love, that feeling of belonging, that feeling of wanting to protect someone who's close to you all comes from oxytocin within our bodies. It's an important part and a natural part of reproduction as well. When a mother has a newborn baby, oxytocin in her body induces contractions, like to give birth in the first place. So it brings the contractions on naturally. And then also it stimulates the production of milk in the breasts to feed the baby. And finally, dopamine. So dopamine is the hormone of reward and motivation and achieving things. So we feel, when we feel that sense of achievement for having accomplished something that we set out to do, that raises our dopamine levels. It keeps our mood in balance, basically it heightens when we have achieved something that we wanted to achieve. If our dopamine levels slip too low, then we might suffer from feelings of inadequacy, of not being good enough. So for all of these, I know I've talked for a bit longer than usual today, But for all of these, we want to keep them present in our bodies. We want to keep them at a good high level, not too high, but a healthy high level, and have them there constantly. If we have deficiencies in any of these, then our mood will slip. So we want to keep them healthy, keep them present. And then when stress comes along and cortisol comes into the mix as well, these four, as well as others, but largely these four, will help fight that stress and bring it back into balance quickly. Okay, so that's it from me for today. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.